We are back with Dr. Yvette Miller with the American Red Cross to answer your questions about the upcoming News 2 holiday blood drive. Text your questions to 336-379-5775. Okay, Dr. Miller, first, and I'm going to actually have our producer pull up the graphics to show the date, time, and location of our blood drive next week as a reminder for people. But Dr. Miller, would you explain to me the type of person that is qualified to donate blood?
Again, thank you for this question. So you have to be at least 17 years old and to donate, and there's no upper limit on, or so people don't age out. There's no upper limit on the age of a person that can donate. And if a person, like if a family wants to come and they want to bring their teenager, individuals that are 16 have to have parental consent. But 17 and older just come to donate. You don't need a 17-year-old person does not need a consent. And so you have to weigh at least 10 pounds. And you have to be feeling healthy and well. And again, we take your temperature before you enter the site, but we also take your temperature again, as part of the mini physical that you get with your, with your blood pressure and pulse.
And your shot kind of froze up when you said the weight. How much must someone weigh?
You must weigh at least 110 pounds.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Someone asked, can you still donate if you recently received a flu vaccine?
If you're feeling healthy and well, yes, you can donate if you recently had a flu vaccine.
Someone asked, is it true that I can't donate if I recently got a tattoo?
That is correct. After a person gets, in the state of, I have to check that. In the state of North Carolina, I'm not sure what the tattoo regulations are. Some states, if the tattoo parlors are inspected, that's a good question. If they're inspected, then there's no waiting period. But if you receive a tattoo in a state where the tattoo facilities are not inspected, that's a 3-month deferral. But we will have the answer to that question for you.
Perfect. Okay, great. Can I donate blood if I'm pregnant?
You cannot donate blood if you're pregnant.
Can I donate blood if I am anemic?
You cannot donate blood if you are anemic, because remember, when you're donating blood, we're taking an entire unit of blood for you, and usually the hemoglobin drops 2 to 3 grams. And so the minimum, and again, we test the blood to determine whether you meet these requirements. For men, the minimum hemoglobin is 13 grams, and for women, the minimum hemoglobin is 12.5. So those are the minimum measures that you have to meet when you come to donate. And again, that's what we measure when we do the finger stick.
This person's question, I think, will relate with a lot of people. How big is the needle that gets used? Needles kind of scare me.
Well, yeah. I mean, the needle, the needle has to be large enough so that the blood flows freely into the bag. So you don't want a needle that's really small that will be problematic, that will harm the cells as they leave the body. So I'm going to go into...
Yeah, there was your answer to the question about the tattoo. I think Maya responded.
She did. It just popped up. Let me take a look at that. So in North Carolina, you do not need to wait to give blood for a tattoo. Thank you so much. My handy assistant, Maya, gave me information.
Somebody asked, isn't it true that you need to eat a nice sized meal before you donate?
Well, let's qualify that a bit. No, you do not need to have a big full meal, but you definitely need to have eaten something so that when you come to the blood drive, you're not hungry. Because you definitely want to be feeling your best, but you don't want to be overfull. And so, again, I do discourage people from having, large cups of coffee and those kinds of things before they donate. Again, the process does go really quickly, but again, this is a large blood drive. We hope things go smoothly, but there might be some waiting. And so once you get onto the donation bed, we definitely do not want people to have to interrupt the donation to go to the bathroom. So definitely have a good meal, not a large one, and drink so that you're properly hydrated, but in moderation.
This is an interesting question, and I know it will be asked more down the road. Can I donate blood if I am participating in Pfizer's phase 3 trial for the COVID vaccine?
The Pfizer trial, that I think that's the one where there is no waiting period. Again, I have to confirm that, but I think that's the one. The Moderna and Pfizer are the ones that don't have a waiting period. But again, we will confirm that information.
Got it. Okay. Since you check for COVID antibodies, do you report the results to the donor, and how long does that take?
Yes, we report the antibody results to the donor, and it usually takes between 3 to 5 days to get that result back. And again, the wonderful thing, if you download the app, you can go into your app and that information will be available for you. And you can also go to redcrossblood.org and look up your antibody information. And then you can also call Red Cross to get the antibody information if you don't have internet or app access.
Perfect. Well, Dr. Miller, you made it super easy for me and hopefully people at home to understand what to expect for the blood drive. Thank you for being here with us today. If you missed any of this information, we have all the details on the blood drive on our website, WFMYnews2.com.